It's incredible when you really think about it. Our bodies, I mean, we rarely stop to think about it, but they're truly a marvel of engineering.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to take them for granted.
Right. Totally. And today we're going to do a deep dive into just how amazing your body, the listener's body, really is.
Absolutely.
And to guide us on this journey, we're using this really fascinating article. It's called The Miraculous Marvel, Unveiling the Human Body, Nature's High-Quality Biomachine.
This article really does, it makes you stop and think. Like you
Mhm.
really start to appreciate the incredible complexity of what's going on inside us all the time, every second.
Right. And it's something that, like, we've all seen those nature documentaries showing how cells divide and develop.
Hmm.
But to actually think that's how each of us began,
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to grasp.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it? The level of organization involved. I mean, that single cell, the fusion of an egg and sperm, that contains the entire blueprint for a human being. It's like having a perfectly programmed 3D printer that's creating the most complex, intricate structure you can possibly imagine.
So it's not just like cells multiplying
Yes.
randomly.
Yeah.
There's an order to it.
Oh, absolutely. There's a specific order to how everything unfolds.
Mm.
Those very early stages, you have organs and systems that start taking shape.
Hmm.
And they take shape in a really specific sequence.
Wow.
And that's essential. It's like laying the foundation for, like when you're building a skyscraper. You have to make sure every single element is perfectly placed to support what comes next.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
So, yeah, there's definitely an order.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of incredible orchestration, let's actually zoom ahead to one of the most dramatic moments in this whole process, and that's birth. The article calls it nature's dazzling finale. But, I mean, what's actually happening, like behind the scenes, to make this finale so dazzling?
Well, first you have this perfect interplay of hormones. They're kind of like stage directors.
Okay.
They signal that it's time, the start of labor. And then you have the incredible precision and coordination that's required for the baby to actually move through the birth canal.
Right.
And it's not just, it's a testament to the power of the human body,
Yeah.
but also this remarkable resilience of both the mother and the child.
Absolutely. Now, okay, so we've gone from a single cell to a fully formed human entering the world.
Right.
That's incredible in and of itself. But then, I mean, the article uses this really beautiful analogy. It compares the body to an orchestra,
Oh, yes.
with each organ playing its own unique melody.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And you know what? Of course, the heart. The heart takes center stage.
Of course.
It's like the conductor of the orchestra,
Ooh.
tirelessly pumping blood throughout the entire body, to keep everything in sync.
It's funny because we rarely think about our heartbeat,
Right.
but it really is the sound of life itself.
Yeah, it really is. And then, you have the lungs. They're working in perfect harmony with the heart, taking in oxygen, releasing carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Each breath we take, it's essential to fueling this whole intricate orchestra that's going on inside of us.
Yeah. And then, of course, we can't forget the brain,
Yeah.
the maestro of this entire operation. The article points out that it's responsible for our thoughts, our emotions, and our senses, like basically everything that makes us human.
It's incredible. What I find so fascinating about the brain is, its capacity for learning and adapting. It's not static. It's constantly rewiring itself based on our experiences.
It's not like a computer that you just,
No, it's not hardwired.
Yeah.
It's constantly changing.
That makes me think about how the article compares the human body to a high-quality machine that's constantly upgrading its software.
Yeah.
But it's not just our brains that evolve, right? Like our physical abilities, they change throughout life, too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about how much you've learned to do with your body from, those first steps as a baby
Right.
to, maybe running a marathon or mastering some complex skill. Our bodies are constantly adapting to new challenges, new environments.
So we have this amazing symphony happening inside of us that's constantly evolving and adapting. But there's another crucial player in this orchestra that we haven't mentioned yet,
Oh, right.
and that's the immune system. It's described in the article as nature's masterpiece of defense. What makes it so masterful?
Well, you can think of your immune system as like a highly sophisticated internal security force.
Mhm.
It's constantly patrolling your body, looking for anything that doesn't belong,
Okay.
And it can identify and neutralize a vast array of threats,
Wow.
from viruses and bacteria to even parasites and cancerous cells.
That's amazing. It's incredible to think about this constant battle that's happening inside of us. But what are some of the key players in this internal security force?
Well, you have these specialized cells, like T cells
Okay.
and B cells.
Mm-hmm.
They act like elite soldiers, trained to recognize and eliminate specific invaders. T cells, they're kind of like the hand-to-hand combat, you know.
Oh, okay.
They're directly attacking the infected cells. But B cells, they act more like snipers. They produce these antibodies that target and neutralize the threats from a distance.
So it's not just a random defense system.
No.
There's a strategy to it.
Oh, yeah. There's incredible strategy and specialization involved.
Wow.
And it's even more remarkable is the immune system has a memory. So once it's encountered a specific threat, it remembers how to fight it off in the future.
Oh.
And that's actually the basis for how vaccines work.
That's incredible. So it's like our bodies are constantly learning and adapting to better protect themselves. So we've got this incredibly complex orchestra working together, constantly evolving, even learning from its experiences. It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it that way.
It really is. And this is just the beginning of our deep dive into the wonders of your body. It's fascinating, isn't it? As we delve deeper into the subject of the human body.
Yeah.
You know what strikes me?
What's that?
How much we tend to focus on the individual parts.
Right. Like getting a six-pack.
Exactly. Or boosting our brain power.
Yeah.
But, I think the real marvel, the real beauty lies in how all these seemingly separate systems are actually constantly interacting and influencing each other.
The article mentions this intricate communication network between our organs and systems.
Yeah, it's like this vast invisible web connecting everything.
Wow.
I mean, for instance, did you know that your gut health can actually have a significant impact on your mood and your cognitive function?
I've heard about the gut-brain connection, but I always thought it was a little bit out there. How does that even work?
Well, your gut, it's home to trillions of bacteria.
Okay.
And they play a crucial role in digestion, obviously. But you know what? They also produce neurochemicals that can actually influence your brain chemistry.
What?
It's like having a second brain in your belly.
So the food we eat, it doesn't just fuel our bodies.
No.
It impacts our thoughts and emotions too.
It does.
That's incredible.
It really is.
Yeah.
And, it really highlights the importance of a holistic approach to health.
Right.
I mean, what we do to one part of our body, it affects the whole system.
That makes me think about the article's comparison of the human body to a high-quality machine.
Yes.
If we neglect maintenance on one part,
Yeah.
it can impact the performance of the entire machine.
Precisely. And that's where things like stress management, that's where that comes into play. Chronic stress can really throw off the delicate balance of our hormonal systems.
Right.
And that can impact everything, our sleep, our digestion, our immune function.
So taking care of our mental and emotional well-being,
Yeah.
it's just as important as physical health.
Absolutely. It's all interconnected. And, that brings us to another fascinating aspect that's highlighted in the article, the body's incredible ability to heal itself.
I've always been amazed by that. You know how our bodies can repair broken bones?
Yeah.
Or recover from illnesses?
It's remarkable, isn't it? It really is a testament to the body's innate wisdom. Yeah.
And its resilience. Think about a simple cut on your finger.
Yeah.
Immediately, a cascade of processes kick in
Right.
to stop the bleeding, fight off infection, rebuild the damaged tissue.
It's like having a built-in repair crew working around the clock.
Yes, exactly.
But what about, more serious injuries or illnesses?
Well, even then, the body still has an incredible capacity for healing.
Wow.
It might require a little bit more support from us. That's where things like, medical interventions come in.
Okay.
Lifestyle changes, to help create those optimal conditions for the body to do its work.
It's like we're partnering with our bodies.
Exactly.
We're providing the right tools and resources to help them thrive.
That's a great way to put it. It's a partnership. And, it brings us back to this idea of appreciation.
Yeah.
The more we understand about, all the intricacies of our bodies, the more I think respect and gratitude we feel for these incredible vessels that carry us through life. It's like we've been given this amazing gift.
Yes.
And it's up to us to cherish it and care for it.
Absolutely.
But the article also points out that there's still so much we don't know about the human body.
That's true. And that's what makes it so endlessly fascinating. We're constantly making new discoveries, unlocking more secrets about how our bodies work.
So this deep dive is just a glimpse.
Yeah.
A glimpse into this vast universe that's within each of us.
It's an invitation to keep exploring.
Yeah.
To never stop being curious about this miracle that is your body.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling incredibly inspired to pay more attention to my own to my own inner workings.
That's the beauty of knowledge.
Yeah.
It empowers us to make informed choices about our health and well-being.
Absolutely. And speaking of choices, the article touches on something I found really interesting.
Yeah?
The impact of our environment and lifestyle on our physical evolution.
That's a key point.
Yeah.
For most of human history, our bodies have evolved in response to, natural pressures like food scarcity,
Right.
harsh climates.
Yeah.
But in the modern world, those pressures have shifted dramatically.
Yeah. I mean, we have access to an abundance of food, though not always the healthiest, but,
Exactly.
we live in temperature-controlled environments. We lead increasingly sedentary lifestyles.
Yes, absolutely. So the question becomes, how are all of these changes influencing our evolution? Are we adapting to these new pressures? Or are we creating a mismatch?
Between our bodies and our environment.
Yes, exactly.
That's a pretty profound question. I mean, if our bodies were designed for a world of physical activity and scarcity,
Right.
how are they coping with a world of abundance and inactivity?
Well, we're starting to see some of the consequences. Chronic diseases like obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, they're on the rise.
Right.
And, many researchers believe that they're at least partially a result of this mismatch.
It's like our bodies are struggling to keep up with the rapid pace of societal and technological change.
In a way, yes. And it really underscores the importance of making conscious choices that align with our evolutionary heritage.
Like incorporating more movement into our daily lives, choosing nutrient-rich foods.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that our bodies, they still crave the challenges and the nourishment that they were designed for.
That's a really empowering way to think about it. It's not just about dieting or exercising.
No.
It's about honoring our body's deep-seated needs.
And those needs extend beyond the physical, too, our minds, our spirits.
Right.
They also crave connection, purpose, meaning.
So it's about nourishing ourselves on all levels.
Exactly.
Physical, mental, emotional.
Yeah.
Even spiritual.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we are complex beings.
Yeah.
Interwoven with our environment, interwoven with each other.
Wow, this deep dive is really taking us beyond just the biology of the human body into the realm of philosophy, even spirituality.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
After all, what is the human experience if not a miraculous interplay of, biology, psychology, and spirit?
And to think we carry all of this complexity within us.
Yeah.
Every single day.
It really is humbling, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, what other hidden wonders lie dormant within us, just waiting to be awakened?
Well, what aspects of the human body or experience do you find, I don't know, maybe the most mysterious or the most intriguing?
Well, I'm particularly fascinated by the power of the subconscious mind.
Oh, yeah.
It's estimated that over 90% of our brain activity actually occurs below the level of conscious awareness. I mean, think about all the intricate processes that are happening within us right now, and we're completely oblivious to them.
It's like there's this whole other universe operating beneath the surface of our daily lives.
And what's even more intriguing is that subconscious mind, it can actually influence our thoughts, our behaviors, even our physical health in really profound ways.
We're not entirely in control of our own bodies.
Well, in a way, yes, it's a reminder that we are more than just our conscious thoughts and actions. We're complex beings, shaped by a lifetime of experiences, many of which we may not even remember.
That makes me think about the article's emphasis on the never-ending story of the human body. We're constantly evolving and adapting, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well.
It's a journey. It's a journey of continuous growth and transformation.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
And speaking of exciting, there's one aspect of the human body that we haven't explored yet. And it's often shrouded in mystery and wonder. Our senses.
Ah, yes. Our senses, the portals through which we experience the world. And they play such a crucial role in shaping our perceptions, our emotions, our memories.
The article mentions how each sense provides a unique stream of information that our brain then weaves together into this cohesive tapestry of experience.
Yeah, it's a remarkable feat of integration. I mean, imagine trying to make sense of the world with just one or two senses.
Right.
Our perception would be so limited.
Well, I mean, we have 5 primary senses: sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing.
Yes.
Each contributing to this this really rich and multifaceted experience of reality that we have.
And what's fascinating is that each sense, it operates on its own unique principles. I mean, for example, sight relies on the detection of light waves,
Okay.
while hearing is based on the perception of sound vibrations.
It's like we have all these specialized instruments, each tuned to a different frequency of the universe.
Exactly. And yet they all work together seamlessly to create our unified experience of the world.
But it's not always a perfect symphony, is it?
That's true.
Sometimes our senses can deceive us,
Yes.
leading to illusions or misinterpretations.
Our senses, they're not infallible. I mean, they could be influenced by factors like fatigue, stress, or even our own expectations.
Right, like when we think we see something out of the corner of our eye.
Yeah.
But it turns out to be nothing.
Or when a familiar scent evokes a powerful memory and it transports us back in time.
The article mentions how our senses are intimately connected to our emotions and memories.
Yeah.
You know, certain smells or sounds can trigger intense feelings of joy or sadness or nostalgia.
It's incredible, isn't it? It's a testament to the incredible power of our sensory experiences to really shape who we are.
And this interplay between our senses, our emotions, and our memories is something that scientists are still trying to, to unravel.
Yeah, it's a fascinating area of research. For example, did you know that certain scents can actually alter our brainwave patterns?
Really?
Yeah, inducing states of relaxation or alertness.
That's amazing. So it's not just about how things smell, it's about how those smells affect our brain chemistry and our overall state of being.
Exactly. And it brings us back to the idea of a holistic approach to health and well-being.
Right.
You know, we can't just focus on one aspect of our being. We need to nourish ourselves on all levels.
Physically, mentally, emotionally, and sensorially.
Yeah.
So it's about creating a life that engages all of our senses, evokes positive emotions, and really nurtures our overall well-being.
And that, my friend, is a recipe for a truly vibrant and fulfilling human experience.
Wow, it's amazing to think about how much we've covered in this deep dive.
Right. From a single cell to this symphony of systems.
To the mysteries of the subconscious mind.
Yeah, and we've only just scratched the surface.
Right, but I think we've laid a pretty solid foundation
No, I think so.
for appreciating the miraculous marvel that is the human body.
Absolutely. And this article really drives home this point. Our bodies, I mean, they're not just machines. They're dynamic, self-healing, constantly evolving systems.
That's so true. It's made me realize that health, it isn't just about the absence of disease.
No,
It's about creating the optimal conditions for our bodies to thrive.
I love that. That's a great way to frame it. It shifts the focus from fighting against illness to nurturing well-being.
Yeah. And it makes me wonder, what are some practical steps we can take, like to actually support our bodies in this journey of thriving?
Well, the article, it emphasizes this idea of aligning our lifestyles with our evolutionary heritage.
Right, like we talked about earlier, incorporating more movement,
Yes.
choosing nutrient-rich foods, managing stress.
Exactly. But it goes beyond that, too. It's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity and respect for our bodies.
So instead of seeing our bodies as problems to be fixed,
Right.
we can approach them with a sense of wonder and appreciation.
And that includes listening to our body's signals.
Right.
What are they telling us? What do they need? More rest, different foods, a change of pace.
It's like becoming a detective of our own inner landscape.
I like that.
Yeah.
And the more we pay attention, the more we'll start to notice these subtle cues
Yeah.
that can guide us toward greater well-being.
This whole conversation, it's really shifted my perspective. I'm starting to see my body as a partner in this journey of life, not just a vehicle I'm driving around.
That's beautiful. And when we approach our bodies with that kind of respect, that kind of partnership, I mean,
Yeah.
it really opens up, I think, a whole new dimension of health and vitality.
Absolutely. The article ends with this really powerful call to action, encouraging us to cherish and nurture this wondrous creation. What does that look like for you?
For me personally, I think it's about prioritizing practices that nourish my body, my mind, and my spirit. Things like spending time in nature, moving my body joyfully, connecting with loved ones,
Yeah.
and engaging in activities that bring me meaning,
It's about creating a life that honors the miracle of being human
and recognizing that this miracle is unfolding within each of us,
every single day.
every single day.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling incredibly inspired to continue exploring the wonders of of my own biomachine.
And that's the beauty of this journey. It's a lifelong exploration. It's full of endless possibilities for growth and discovery.
So to our listener, we encourage you to embrace your own unique journey of embodiment. Pay attention to the wisdom of your body, nourish yourself on all levels,
Yes.
and never stop marveling at the miracle that is you.
Because within each of us lies a universe waiting to be explored.
And that's a journey worth taking.